Oh, look, you made it, and just in time for Game 3, Clutch Gaming versus Golden Guardians. And if you want to catch these teams live, join us at the LCS studios here in Los Angeles, California. Tickets are available at riot.com/LCS tickets. Did you get yours?
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, I come in for free.
Fantastic. What?
It's a perk. It's a perk.
Bring more. Let's jump into the roster rundown right meow. On the blue side, it's Golden Guardians. That means in the top lane, he's hunting you down. It's Hauntzer. Contractz signing off in the jungle. Froggen hopping around in mid lane. Deftly at bot lane with his support, Olleh, and Coach Kennen.
And with side selection on the red side, it's going to be Clutch Gaming. In the top lane, Huni. Junglers Lira, mid Damonte, bot Piglet, support Vulcan, and coach Mixcrags.
This is true. And Golden Guardians, despite another dire start, are finally climbing up to those preseason expectations for the 5-man squad.
Yeah, Golden Guardians are 3-1 in their last 4 games, and their only loss was versus Team Liquid, and even that game, they played it really close. They've shown a style with these pocket picks like the Karthus and the Anivia for Froggen, but in their game versus CLG, they actually showed that they can win in a standard way as well. So it's not just pulling out those tricky cards.
And as Golden Guardians continue to rise, Clutch Gaming tried to recover from the 6-game loss streak they've been in since week 2.
Yeah, and these teams' trajectories couldn't be more different. Golden Guardians started off 0-4, and after Clutch's 2-0 start, there was a little bit of hype brewing for this team, and it's since died off. Damonte seems to be the only consistent factor on the team, and the team's environment, though, according to their Reddit AMA, seems to be doing well still despite the 0-6 kind of loss streak that's going on. They're citing that their scrims are doing well as well, and that Lira is considering bringing in tanks in the jungle to solve the team's struggles on stage.
Teams seem quite happy right now. The players are chatting it up in the lobby. It just seems like it's the thing they do to relax the nerves, get themselves laughing a little bit, and enter camaraderie chat. But it's all fun and games gone when that Champion Select starts. You see a lot of people get fidgety in Champion Select, getting ready for the game. I have to say, as you were saying, Clutch seems pretty calm right now, and I think that's the way they need to enter this game, with a clear mind, but go to the wheelhouse champions that they know to play, so everybody can be a star player. They need to all come together for this game.
Yep, Clutch need multiple people to fire off. It can't just be Huni, can't just be Lira, can't just be Damonte. Right. You have to have people fire off at the same time. And I like this already. Golden Guardians are saying, you know, they like to play some pocket pick stuff. The Galio, the Callista, this is a fantastic combo that's been cycling around, kind of circling around, where we have the Galio support coming in, moved away from the mid lane, originally top, you know, and now he's in the support role and is seen to be pretty powerful.
Yeah, still a powerhouse.
Same kind of idea of like you go back to base and run down mid lane and then you ulti to whoever needs it, kind of like a Tahm Kench. So Tahm Kench, Galio using those ultimates as support has been fantastic, and we've been seeing it more and more globally. Of course, these bans though leave things like the Ezreal, which feel like that's going to mean you want to first pick it here for Deftly.
Ooh, Yasuo, that is locked in right now. So we do have Golden Guardians' first pick as a Yasuo. They take a lot of engage away from Clutch Gaming in the first 3 bans. So this means they want to be in it to win it. If the fight starts, I feel like the rest of Golden Guardians is going to be behind this starting pick. Next 2 for Clutch Gaming, 10 seconds. The Cassiopeia is locked in. Definitely something Damonte can get a carry on for this game. They give Vulcan a bit of that CC control with Alistar.
Yeah, the Alistar overall great generalist pick in the bottom side. You can go ahead and like have an okay laning phase, but this Cassiopeia, it can be mid for Damonte, one of his best champions back when he was in Academy, and it's also more of a bottom laner now. And the same thing with the Yasuo. These 2 champions have kind of migrated down there, but we'll see where they end up going because they are still flexible.
Definitely seen that happening over in the LEC. Ornn now for Olleh as they get a good support in here, most likely. And Froggen with his final pick. We've seen him going back and forth. The Orianna last week, Anivia, Karthus, Lissandra, LeBlanc. But it may be somebody else's pick, so who knows?
Yeah.
9 seconds left on that one.
And the Ornn is a safe pick because the Braum is actually not taken up here, and the Alistar is. So
I like it.
You know they can't take away the Yasuo because you have it, and you know they aren't going to pick Braum, so the Ornn is a fantastic pickup here.
You have a lot of engage as well that gets this Yasuo into that ultimate of last breath. Perfect for the next 2 picks, and Damonte will finish off phase 1 of picks here for Clutch Gaming with 10 seconds on the board. Might be considering a Piglet. Or
another bot lane.
Yes, that could be Piglet. I have absolutely been loving Vladimir Shen's. We've been seeing it around in different regions. Vladimir Alistar kind of proving that same thing, just not as much map mobility.
Yeah, the Vladimir will typically go to the bottom side of the map, and they have Cassiopeia, so one of the biggest counters to the Vladimir can't really show up there. And the Vlad allows the support to kind of latch off of him and go elsewhere. So you can roam with it. That's why the Shen is a big one that you see kind of from Griffin and like Sandbox and stuff like that over in the LCK.
I think the Shen is my favorite combo with it.
Yeah, because the Shen can just be like, oh, I'm out of here. And diving a Vladimir with your typical bot lane combo just almost never happens. Right here, though, they might have the Yasuo down bottom. Still, diving him with the Sanguine Pool and the fact that he can get the ultimate off before that, it becomes very hard to kill this Vladimir. So normally you're diving a squishy 80 carry, not here.
We're seeing it more and more too. I mean, Ezreal's still in that marksman position, but the safety, the Sivir pickup as well, the Tom Kench being there, these quick denials, anything that offers the very fast safety is being favored recently. Olaf, Silas, and we have that Malphite. I love it. Malphite getting banned out in the spring of 2019. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to make sure that they don't have another activator for the Yasuo, right? If this becomes a Yasuo-centered team composition with like Froggen on it or something like that, you definitely want as many activators as possible. So now you're kind of racking your brain like, what else can we use? What would be good here?
So looking for what Froggen could play in the mid lane. They still do have that Karthus on the board. If they wish, Sejuani is going in for Lira. So Lira coming in with a lot of Karthus, Lee Sin, Jace, Olaf. This will really be that first tank he's going to for this game.
First pure tank, and like we said in the Reddit AMA, they have been doing really well in scrims, but they haven't been able to transition their performance to on stage. Lira said he wanted to work on both his early game and that part of like transitioning scrim performance to stage performance, and the tanks seem to be what he's going to try to do it with here.
Viktor lock in.
Ooh, another thing that could possibly go to the bottom lane, and this is going to be a really interesting composition.
Could be top.
It could be anywhere.
Because that Rise could be locked in for Froggen in the mid lane. Then this team also has Realm Warp mobility. Yeah, we said Karthus was up 2. Orianna doesn't really sink in this. Oh, please. Lock it in. 5 seconds left. They're still hovering. It could be anything on this comp, but it is going to be the Kennen lock-in coming through. I believe we'll see that going towards the top side. And what else do we have? Lisa and Jungle, Ornn to the support. This is awesome from Golden Guardians, really mixing things up.
This is literally like follow your heart. Like play what you want to play. Who wants to play what? This is like when you like want to go level up a new account, you just are like paired with a whole bunch of Smurfs who just want to play like their best champion. So it's like Katarina Zed every game.
That's lovely.
It's like this is what this looks like. It's like a Yasuo, Lee Sin. We got a Viktor in here too. Everybody's just trying to have these champions where they can like 1v5 these team fights. We'll see where they go exactly. The Kennen is most likely top lane. The Yasuo, Viktor are interchangeable, but I feel like Yasuo is played in the bottom side more, and then we get even more of that with the Irelia.
Yep, so 20 seconds is when they have to be locked into their positions. This gives both teams enough time to say, all right, that's what I'm playing against. They can't change it. My runes are set to be against X opponent. They have so far stayed 6 seconds. It looks like that Froggen Yasuo will stay in the mid lane. No, they have switched it just at the last moment. And they may just have to do that on the other side of Clutch through laning.
Wow.
But they will be able to change their runes here. But they have signified Froggen's going to be mid and Deftly will be on the Yasuo.
But I'm more stunned by what happened on Clutch Gaming side. This is going to be Piglet on Irelia bottom lane against Yasuo. And it's going to be Damonte on Vladimir in mid against the Viktor. And Huni back on that Cassiopeia top.
He's ready to tilt some people.
Well,
off the face of the earth. So we are waiting just to get into game. 2 awesome compositions. We'll see if Piglet can be on that Irelia bot. Conqueror is on. He's going to be trying to go hard against Deftly's Yasuo. Conqueror as well. Both of these champions want to stay in the fight. Both of these players want to go hard. And they have 2 supports to do it in Olleh's Ornn and Vulcan's Alistar. We're coming in 3-1 in the last 4 games for Golden Guardians. And Clutch Gaming is looking to stop that 6-game losing streak. Can they stave it off here? Can they get the victory over Golden Guardians? Run the Rift, and we'll find out right now. We're going to be able to hear from the coaches in just a few as well to see how they are feeling coming into this game. I believe it's a narrow, so I am excited. Avali's with the narrow right now, and we'll find out.
Thanks, Riv. And Arrow, please explain this team comp to me because my little silver brain can't handle it. I mean, it's a team fight comp. It's pretty straightforward. We've got 4 out of our 5 champions have a way to actually set up a knockup for the Yasuo. And then Kennen's obviously just another supplement to that. Like, he's able to team fight and provide CC for the team. It's pretty straightforward. We're just team fighting, you know?
Well, Nero, thank you, and wishing you the best of luck with the comp. Back to you guys.
Perfect answer.
We're just team fighting, you know?
I like it.
That's what I like to hear in an NA game for sure. I want these team fights to be popping
Let's
off.
go.
And the Huni Cassiopeia top is something that he played against TSM back at MSI a long time ago, but that was Dyrus in the top lane. That was before Hauntzer even got there. So he's just kind of saying, hey, you know, you used to be on TSM, let's whip this one out one more time. And this is honestly, I don't know how this matchup goes. And the question will be, how much does Hauntzer know this matchup? How much does Huni know this matchup?
Kennen's pretty telegraphed when you go for the Thundering Shurikens because you have to put yourself on the left or right side of the wave, so it does make it hard to not take a Noxious Blast in that instance. But if you do get the stuns on, you can start to harass any lane like nobody's business. So will be hard. I can't wait to see how it actually plays out. Huni's looking to get an early poison on with just his positioning to get that HP advantage too. Doesn't seem like he'll get anything out of it.
He's just here,
yeah.
too. He's just gonna attack him. Ha! Yep, this is the old Cassiopeia like kind of strat where you're just like, I'm gonna take Corrupting Potion, pop, 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 just get him out of the lane. Throw the Twin Fangs as much as possible. I actually have not seen this Yasuo skin. It is obnoxiously teal.
Very punkish. I like it. I like it. It'll be all glittery when he dives in. We'll see what happens. So CS is getting pushed in, as you'd expect. The top side Hauntzer will be farming under turret. Damonte's Vladimir versus Froggen's Viktor here in the mid lane as he decides to take the Chaos Storm to Damonte's Vlad. Let's see if the Blood Mage can get himself a better level, or first level 5 to his Q. So that's level 9. We'll see how they're faring then.
And this was pretty cute from Contractz. He went from red to Krugs. He did the Lira route where it's red Krugs and then go to bottom lane, see if you can gank him. But Piglet wasn't pushing. Lira's on the bottom side doing a full clear to the top side. He got a good leash and kind of demonstrated the whole Sejuani Irelia combination where the Q will actually stack the Irelia Q will stack the Sejuani passive.
Yep.
And so that's a lane that you can look to gank.
It feels so good too. Looks like he'll be able to clear up top side, so 1 for 1, but he might see a bit of Contractz here, and Lira's low, so this could be great for Contractz. Just on the edge. Oh. Playing the vision game, they actually don't know each other there.
Yeah, at that point you kind of have to assume that it's taken and stuff. He doesn't see it right now, so he might actually, okay, there we go. Yeah, he'll probably end up just cleaning up his jungle, walking through, and I'm surprised Lira's making sure that he didn't get okie doke and have the Lee Sin
coming around.
Yeah, he made sure that the Lee Sin didn't walk through the right side of the lane, or I guess right here in this area, right? So the right side of the Lee Sin's blue buff. You know,
I love it.
Directions are always hard to kind of tell people, yeah, you turn left at that one place. No, you were left, my
10
left.
paces.
Yeah.
Good fight on the bot side.
Ooh.
Not looking too good
Olleh.
here for Olleh. He goes down immediately. Knocked up, popped up, and slapped backwards in a quick game of ping pong for Clutch Gaming. Hope you got your stock in them. They look good to start things off. 600 golden lead.
You know, Kobe's just celebrating right now.
Don't. Oh, yeah, you could be ripping up those tickets at the end of the game here, ripping up those shares.
Yeah, and remember the big change to Irelia was that her passive got swapped out in terms of the stacking up is now attack speed versus it was damage. And then when you fully stack it,
Jax-like now.
Yeah, and when you fully stack it, you get extra damage
Here's
as
that
opposed to
fight again.
extra attack speed. So what ends up happening here is it's going to just Q out of the way.
Oh!
Olleh went in, didn't get knocked up, and then it's just this gigantic burst that comes out. The counter stun, and
I feel like he was
That was
bamboozled
fast.
by the knockup range, because usually
Yeah.
Ornn knocks up a real big range.
the funny thing is he didn't do it on his Q, and he just did it on the wall.
Yeah, he would have
hit him.
absolutely smashed Piglet. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was perfect placement for Piglet and Vulcan by chance, and coming up big with the kill there, especially for Piglet to start off in this Irelia. As they get pushed back, they're still playing it safe. They know it's a tough lane to fight, and they definitely took advantage of a mistake there.
Yeah, it's still okay, though, for Deftly. He's got a
yeah.
CS advantage. He's doing all right. He just needs to use kind of I would say the power of the Yasuo now, ever since moving on to 9.3 and the crit item changes, Yasuo loved this. He just gets one item like a Phantom Dancer and gets a IE, and he's good to go and can build whatever he wants after.
It was funny because we were going to Champion Select. They did have Draven and Lucian banned, but I'm thinking, yeah, we just got the crit item changes. No marksman. Great comp. It's like, nah, forget it.
Mages everywhere.
Yep.
There's 4 mages in this game, 2 bruisers. I guess I'll count the Lee Sin as 1 too. So
Are we going towards the GOAT comps, Irie? No,
the GOAT comp?
Don't new. It's bad reference. Bad reference. 5.5 minutes in, a little bit of sight there for Lira from Contractz. So junglers are privy to that information. And we have Huni coming back into lane, starting to stack up that tier. 52 to 46 is another fight. The bot side Deftly very low here, and it does not look like he's going to get out of this situation and happy.
They got flashes.
A beautiful hit on that steal. And he will be able to knock him up. Slowly walking out this one. It's a little anticlimactic at the end. They're kind of just waltzing away, and nobody's got the range to attack. So it's will he die, will he not die? They make the safety. Doesn't look like any jungle pressure is here either, and they have been going at it time after time. Oh, he missed again! Unfortunate for Vulcan. He's getting cooked up left and right. Hauntzer has come down, though. Capitalizing on a level 6 play, throws down the slicing maelstrom. They're going to be able to lock down Vulcan. They're going to be able to cook him up as well. Beautifully done. A kill for 2 supports. Definitely still not going down, but his lane is getting quite pressured, so they need some breathing room there for GGS.
And Olleh is making a lot of commitments. This reminds me of that con game from him, where he just kept going in, he just kept dying. So he's trying to start these fights off for his team, but he just ends up looking silly. He goes in, and it's like, all right, now what?
They're giving Olleh the red sheet. They're just like, oh, Olleh, you missed. He has not had luck with that rupture, or I'm sorry, getting with that headbutt. Here it is again, and he just splits them to miss. I don't know how. He actually hit a very extended part of the wall.
Yeah, well, they walked forward.
Yeah.
They walked towards him, which is the unexpected route, and Piglet flashes away to stay alive. And Vulcan, he's like, I guess I won't flash. So
I like that from Hauntzer as well to make sure Deftly gets that kill. He says, all you, bro. Lock in that kill.
Yeah, and if they had something like mid-priority, they could potentially, collapse on him, so it's good for Hauntzer to chase, but ends up resulting in nothing. But the kill's now 1-2 in that bottom lane. And it has been all about this bottom lane action. The supports are dying.
Oh no, Lira behind you, look out! Going in on to Deftly. Great job disarming him. Piglet has the cheat. This is gonna hurt! A nice pulverize coming through. Contractz is over the wall in the blast cone, but he does not want to take that resonating strike. Olleh is gonna go down again. Has bot lane for GGS even spawned this game. 4-1 here, 8 minutes in for Clutch Gaming. They continue to rinse and repeat, and Piglet is already huge.
Yo, that was sick. Vulcan's gonna call Deftly Hungry Caterpillar after this because he read him like a 3-year-old book. That was crazy.
Wow.
Watch it again because he W flash Qs, follows Deftly. It is the same instant. He's like, you are going to flash this way. That was sick.
Can't wait to get the replay. Looks like we are going to get some love for Dragon during this. And here it is as we watch this from start to finish.
Yeah, watch Vulcan. He's going to go W. Same time they flash. He read him so hard that he's going to flash up, not down, in that exact spot. That is how you make a play.
They're feeling good. That's the confidence going into that lane. Everybody's behind each other. We said that would be going from GGS's side. The Golden Guardians would be activating Deftly immediately. Well, Clutch Gaming is actually starting to activate before those 6s are allowed, something we don't usually see them doing. They're getting hit up in top lane. Huni's kind of getting pushed back, and they don't have any agency. Here, they are able to just push through that lane and do a lot of damage to Deftly and Olleh every time.
Yeah, and that time it wasn't just Olleh. That time it was Deftly. And this bottom lane is where all the kills are being racked up. And it just goes from bad to worse when you have these bruiser matchups. Top laners will tell you about how a matchup gets tilted when somebody wants to buy Trinity Force. The other person has to buy like an attack speed item and start getting these kind of spare parts everywhere. This guy is really close to completing that Trinity Force already. About 1,000 gold up for Piglet. And we were talking about it where Damonte has been consistent for this team.
Yes.
Huni has been hit or miss. He's back on this champion that he loves playing in the top lane's pocket pick of his. And bottom lane, Piglet now on this new champion for him, and something he can style on.
And already doing quite well. The fights they've taken, definitely working off some of the mistakes. Golden Guardians in here under the turret as well. They want Olleh immediately. He's level 5. That's why if they can get the damage down on the Ornn rather, They can't get ulted out of the turret. Vulcan
want level
is
6, they want level 6.
7, and they're trying to get into this fight even more.
Knock
Here
off!
comes Lira, a beautiful hit from the Steel Tempest to the last breath, and they're able to pick up one onto Olleh. Clutch Gaming is microing in and out beautifully on this turret aggro, keeping it not heated up and keeping themselves in the lead.
This is ridiculous. It looks like people are about to be just blown up. There's like no damage coming through. It's like everybody's hitting each other with a wet noodle, but it's not even al dente like you said. Right here, Deftly, I believe he gets a 3-man ultimate off of Olleh's knockup on the turret, but then people take almost no damage. Vulcan's Alistar ultimate just soaks so much there, and nobody dies on the side of Clutch.
Back and forth, even Lira starts to get into his hands into the pie of bot lane fights. Contractz, again, working on the other side of the map, trying to get something for the team as he knows that the other lanes are going to have to be the win factor. They have to figure out a way to get Froggen a few kills here or spike him earlier or get Hauntzer into these fights. Just get the lane push against Huni. See if he can make it anywhere with that teleport soon enough. Backing for Froggen, we'll see what he buys as we get this fight one more time. So they go right for Olleh. Seeing that level 5, cannot call the Ornn Horn. And actually, Vulcan hits 7 in this, so I believe. So they're 2 levels up, unless that was just Piglet holding it. No, there it is, 7.
Yep, hit 7. And then right here, Olleh looks like he's going to turn it. Boop. Oh, is that only a 1-man? It looks like he only got the 1-man ultimate there. Ooh. That is rough.
A lot of action going on to these turrets.
That is really rough. Now the Trinity Force is completed. Piglet's ready to go.
Piglet and Vulcan have definitely, at this point, they are doing some great sidestepping on that bot lane to get themselves into position to fight and also dodge these Olleh headbutts as well as Deftly Steel Tempest Third Strike. Another claim of Dragon Vision going over to Clutch Gaming here. And Piglet's Irelia is 4-0-1. 100% participation in all 5 kills of the game, and 4 are his.
So something I decided to go look back at because I was like, this damage seems a little off from the beginning of the game, and I looked at it. So we're seeing these flex picks, right? We're seeing the Cassiopeia, we're seeing the Vladimir, and it was all kind of swapped around in champion select.
Right.
Deftly took magic resist in his selection of runes, not armor. So he starts with 30 armor, 38 magic resistance. Piglet started with, I believe, double armor, so he went from 36 to 48. So there was an 18 armor difference in some of those early fights.
You were wondering why they weren't taking
I was
damage?
like, why is he so squishy, and why is Piglet not taking as much damage? It's those basic rune choices.
And he's also got the Defiance.
Yeah, so like, definitely has the wrong runes for the start.
First Ornn Horn that's going to connect here for Golden Guardians. A bit of an ult from the last breath, and they do get a final kill. That's a huge shutdown, but it goes over to Olleh. Unfortunately, kills are kills, and Golden Guardians will take it for now. Chased away by Lira, Huni, and Vulcan. It looks like they'll stop this fight for now, but get a good push on the lane.
And it feels like they were selecting things for the later parts of the game, and because they picked that kill up, it gives them a little bit of breathing room here, but they have to get to that later part of the game now and scale up. The amount of damage that a Viktor can do is massive. They're looking for that team fight, trying to make sure that they can get to that phase, because if it just ends up being skirmishes with an Irelia with a Trinity Force, 4-1-1, like, whew.
And it's actually insane how quiet the rest of the map has been. Clutch Gaming is dictating everything towards the bot lane, and it was Piglet and Vulcan to start, and Lira probably had a change of heart of what he was doing all game, saying, all right, bot lane, bot lane, bot lane. This has been a great start and exactly what Clutch Gaming fans want to see. Stop the bleeding on the 0-6 loss and start the wins now. Golden Guardians would be a good hit there, and here is this fight once again.
Good kick from Contractz to set it up. Then it's the ultimate off that. This is the knock up. Welcome to the bounce house.
Yeah.
They finally get the kill on him, so the shutdown goes over.
Quick kill into Hauntzer, getting Huni going. That's nice to be able to do that. From lane to lane, teleports are now down for your top laners, so they'll be farming away as plates drop. 3 taken for Golden Guardians, 4 taken for Clutch here. 2,000 gold lead. And we were talking as well in the earlier games of Optic and 100 Thieves, is knowing when you have to use that lead. And then knowing if it's visual or if it's just lane by lane. Here I think it's pretty visual that it's 6-2. So we can see Clutch Gaming start to bite down a little harder here, even though they lost a turret.
Well, you also feel it because you have this big old Trinity Force in your inventory for the Irelia, and up against the Yasuo, who's running around with this static shiv, which remember, the cost of that was reduced.
Ooh.
So
A left unattended.
So yeah, Deftly's just going to go for wave clear here and try to make sure that he can get to his 2-item spike and kind of keep going from there. But Piglet, his shutdown gold, I believe, even went over to Olleh, so it didn't even go over to Deftly.
Right. It did go to Olleh, so that becomes tough. They're actually getting what they need down there, but just not in the right spots. Damonte and Froggen actually just accrued themselves a bit of a lead there. As Froggen falls away.
Yeah.
Damonte still has it.
This might become a game where Vulcan just starts roaming around, and then Piglet starts becoming a solo laner just for the fact that he's so far ahead, and he can take care of himself and wave clear. We'll see, though, because I feel like he'll start getting to the point where he wants that solo experience. You want to have like almost like a third solo laner,
Yeah.
and that he's able to split push if they need him to. Yeah, he's picking up this solo experience. Vulcan's kind of just like, nah, I'm already ahead of Olleh in levels. Just let this guy get all of it.
Good save for the help. Oh, Blade Surge, so nice. Great vision here from Contractz and Hauntzer on the top side as they're trying to find a way through Clutch Gaming's armor here. They've had a great early game. Clutch's map movement has much more agency. You see Contractz just trying to thread a few sonic waves in to figure out what is going on. They do not have much information. Their only wards are towards that top side that would tell them where Clutch is.
All right, so what now? It's the 1-3-1 for Clutch Gaming. They'll get farm onto Huni, Damonte solo. They'll push up the waves. There's no Drake for another minute. There's no Rift Herald. Bringing Huni down for potentially that Drake. And this just becomes kind of, you get your farm, you collapse, you look for a team fight, you have to force it with the Sejuani ultimate or having Vulcan go in. So those are the two people really responsible for starting these things off. And if you can track them appropriately as Golden Guardians, you might get your time to farm up yourselves.
A lot of touch and go. Looks like Huni's got a rotation down, though. They know that teleport's down, so he wants to get himself a bit closer here. I wonder what the engage is going to be. Cloud Drake is an 18, but not the biggest thing to fight over for now. I feel like they expect GGS to kind of push forward a little bit more on this wave. It looks like Huni will back. Nothing goes down. They're kind of just playing the safe game. I'm here if it happens. I'll go back to my lane if I need to clear.
Well, Hauntzer's rushing down so that they can push mid and then they can go to the bottom side. And Huni's going to have to clear that top wave. And it's just kind of a mistiming on the priority there. Huni had it earlier, had to get it back here. And we'll see if they face check him. They know Huni's not there. Not a pull of the trigger.
No, no gravity field. That would have been quite far for Olleh to go. Their ward was denied.
Vulcan
on the top side. Looks like he wanted it, and he could have made it over the wall with a headbutt, but probably only one member in his pulverize at that point. Yeah, a lot of decisions being made and canceled here by teams, and nobody, like you said, is pulling that trigger. Just vision here from the Sonic Wave of Lee Sin on Contractz.
Yep, and because both these teams are built for team fighting, both of them want to fight at this Drake. The setup matters so much. You can see pink ward, making sure that Golden Guardians can't really see much. Damonte looking for a flank here. He's going to have to stop right now.
Flash and Igniter up.
And then he's going to rush in now.
He's going to be seen here. The team will start to pull back. A nice stun onto Hauntzer. He's going to die before he can even get the Kennen ultimate off. But Deftly's in the middle. He starts slicing and dicing, goes down. Huni's double kill. They're on a chase for Olleh. He's going to burn, and there he goes. Damonte gets a kill for himself. And what a rout of the defense. Beautiful move by Damonte. And great fight from Clutch Gaming.
Yeah, and right there, Deftly, sure, he gets an ultimate onto the back line, but it doesn't do as much damage as he would like. Piglet comes in, cleans up a bit, and he's hitting Vulcan, the guy who's super tanky. And when these fights are mages and bruisers back and forth, the tank is going to reign supreme. Lira and Vulcan can soak so much damage as they have so many damage dealers on their team.
And that's a huge feels bad moment for the cluster that Hauntzer saw as he took Huni's ultimate to the face there. When we see the replay again after this long chase, Hauntzer walks back in. He says, you did damage to me. I'm going to return that. But Hauntzer
Contractz looking for the
chasing with Contractz. Now Lira's going to be able to Arctic Assault and possibly get under the turret and then get that damage to amp up. They cannot go any closer. Hauntzer's brought 2 shots to that turret, and diving would be a death sentence.
Yeah, there was no kick there for Contractz, so we can't really kick Huni back. Huni didn't have much mana, but we'll see this one more time. Damonte, great Vladimir flank here, but at the same time, we got to watch that front of that fight. Huni, flat ulti, gets Hauntzer, so Hauntzer can't ulti, and then he's just still stunned, gets blown up, and then Deftly on the back line has no assistance. If there was a Kennen ultimate there, like you were saying, Riv, it would have been a different fight for sure.
Fast fingers from Huni there to get that fight started in the right direction. Allow now a 3,000-ish gold lead. 9-2 as the kills are mounting here. And we've been expecting a few different lanes to do things at the same time. And Huni now stepping up. A good teleport to start, help the bot lane. Piglet and Vulcan popped off this game. It's not something we've seen from these guys for the Spring Split so far, so feeling comfortable there. And it seems like this kind of rotation in champion selection is really playing to Clutch's favor.
Yeah, and right now, Golden Guardians, they're going to have to wait. They're going to have to scale up if they want anything to do in this. They aren't even at 2 items yet for Deftly, who wants that Infinity Edge to have the 100% crit. And that fight, though, honestly, Hauntzer was so close to making it in. If he's able to even just flash ulti before that or dodge out, it's a completely different fight. And this is going to be like huge credit to Huni with the R flash to make sure that he doesn't make it in there and to start off on the right foot. And this is a champion that, you know, we talked about before, but it's one that he's looking better. And Hauntzer,
oh, that was a great
dodge.
dodge. That's the dodge he wanted. And they can get in for the fight. I was going to say not getting a stopwatch could hurt him, but he's not going to need it with fancy footwork like that. Puts Huni on the back foot, back tail as he gets behind the turret, and they're going to have enough damage to get that one down on the bot side. If Piglet doesn't show, he will, and they will push off that aggression for the turret takedown from Golden Guardians.
Yeah, and it was a really early completion of the Archangel staff. He got it at about 18 minutes, completely converted over. So he was ready to go for that dive and just soak up enough damage to keep him alive. Huni on this pick, we talk about Huni as one of those people who now he's not really in that conversation for best top laner ever since, you know, he kind of fell off this split. And now this is kind of what you were looking at before. You're like the Huni who can take those fights, who can stay alive, and who can also deal a ton of damage on carries. Even his Comfort Rumble that he talked about didn't work out for him. So they're putting him on the Cassiopeia and kind of reinvesting in him.
He's been through quite a few. We know Huni to have that champion pool, but the Viktor, the Chase, Zillion, Urgot, Rumble, Sion, he definitely has the variety going.
He's tried a lot.
Yeah, it seems like he is going back to a few things that felt really good and then can allow him to control his lane once again. Against the Kennen pick, he was able to fare quite well.
Yep, but now Hauntzer's thinking about dodging before ulting.
They're really pushing for this one, but they have Olleh on the run. Blast going from Lira, gets that tag on. There's the lockup, there's the knockdown as the Ornn horn comes through. And on the way home it goes. Over to Baron. Huni's gonna start it off, and they should be able to tear this thing apart.
Yeah, and it feels like Froggen would have to get in there and use an ultimate. They don't have vision of this. That was a teleport from Huni to just get in and use the Cassiopeia damage. Remember that Deftly can also ulti off of a tentacle knockup.
Good headbutt, keeping Contractz out. You want to keep that smite far away. Ultimate's gonna go down. Slicing Maelstrom is there too. Vulcan, not in a good spot. Piglet gets kicked out. The unfortunate advantage here coming in for Clutch Gaming, and Piglet's gonna try to get himself back with the Baron recall. He's good to go. Vulcan could go down, but I think they're gonna be okay with that. You don't really need Baron on the support. Froggen's gonna get a hell of a day on his way out, but a good push here from Golden Guardians could make that Baron mean just about nothing for Clutch Gaming.
Yeah, they're gonna push this in. Not gonna get that turret though, but that Baron for Clutch.
Yeah, never mind, they're gonna use it.
Yeah, they're gonna use this. They are definitely gonna use this. That kick on the Piglet though.
That is...
I've gotta look at it again, because it feels like he wanted to knock the Alistar back.
I don't think he believed it would have cleared the wall, because that was pretty far.
Probably not, but right here, he wants to kick him in for the damage. Whee! Oh, yeah.
Dang.
If it didn't clear the wall, then yeah, he's dead. He doesn't have flash or anything like that, so you're absolutely right. That's actually an unlucky where he doesn't know it's gonna actually go that far.
Yeah.
He probably would have died if he didn't kick him. And now he's got the Sterix. Now he's got the stopwatch. Very hard to kill this Irelia. Piglet is having a great time.
And he is enjoying it. The whole fight, the whole laning phase, he has been playing fantastic. And you can see, as we said before, the confidence of the rest of the team is right there behind him. Now back towards the bot side, we've seen just about 90% of the action down here in this game. 10-3, 5-1-2 for Piglet. The team is closing in, and he is even starting to route around just along the base gate as they clear vision. Olleh doing what he can to set that vision back up, but they're getting spread thin, and now onto Deftly, a great block. On the flawless duet, doesn't look like they'll be able to get through, and a dodge there gets him out from safety, or gets him out from harm's way, I should say.
Hauntzer wants to go in. He has a Banshee's Veil.
Let's say, I think they're just ulting for a bit of get back.
Yeah.
Flex muscles. I didn't see a fight coming in on that one. It looks like the same thing might happen here, but just Golden Guardians really want to lose that much.
Yeah, Clutch Gaming are just clearing these out, pushing down these turrets. There's
Hauntzer.
Piglet Sterix.
Oh, he's just on the right. Banshee's Veil for him allows him to continue using that spell shield instead of getting his stopwatch burned over and over again, or Zanya's. And a little touch and go. Clutch Gaming looks confident in their attacks, but they're also giving Golden Guardians a little bit of credit still, which I think is the safe thing to do.
Yeah, Golden Guardians, you know, you could still lose a team fight as Clutch. It's 5,000 gold advantage. Piglet just had his Sterix blown, so if you do get the Yasuo in there with that 100% crit that he's now hit, and you just start having him wreak havoc alongside all the stuns that you have in the knockups, it can be a bad fight for your team. But there's just so much here you have to worry about. Irelia is about to have the Sterix back. There's 2 stopwatches that are really big, one on Damonte, one on Piglet, and these are 2 champions that you want to be able to burst, but you can't. Got the Banshee's Veil out of Hauntzer, so.
Focus towards warding bot. They're going to go pretty far out here.
Yeah, I
It
feel
looks
like
there we
this
go.
is
Hauntzer starts going up towards the top. They're kind of just like autopilot for a second. You're like, click out. Oh, wait, bot lane's push. We got to go somewhere else. You can see Golden Guardians is kind of a step behind of really wanting to put an advantage in their hands.
Yeah, Contractz is on the bottom side now, clearing out his Krugs. 1, to make sure Damonte doesn't get it. 2, to, I feel like, just kind of cycle his jungle and get some experience in this game.
It's been tough. It has been tough. Froggen 1-0-0 can still put up some damage. Hard if he finds Piglet. Still has the magic resistance there. It's not like he has an 80 carry to pop, and Huni can get out of that with a shield and serve some breaks.
Yeah, and that's a great point to make, Riv, because the Viktor will thrive when there's squishy targets to just pop with his ultimate. But even though Froggen has the highest CS in the game, and he's at 290 at 27 minutes, so he's above that 10 per minute mark, it's not going to be as effective here against his team composition with 2 really beefy tanks, a guy who can regen and doesn't mind building some magic resistance, and then Huni, who also has magic resistance, and he has a shield. So right now, Contractz with the kick.
Got Piglet back. There's the stopwatch. Ornn goes through and Piglet's able to deny it, but it's Olleh going in to keep the CC flying. There's Hauntzer to lock it down. Deftly's going to pick up the kill. That's huge onto Piglet. Chaos Storm wears off, and Damonte wants a little bit more of the fight. He throws down Hemo Plague, but pulls himself right out of that situation as he gets the heals in. Golden Guardians bite back, and Clutch Gaming have to realize that's a real thing that could happen.
It looked like it was going to happen eventually the way that Piglet was playing. His Sterix was blown previously against that one mid turret, and so he comes back now. His Sterix gets blown again. He blows the stopwatch, and he's still just going to get destroyed, even flashing afterwards too. We'll see it again one more time here. Contractz gets the kick flash, sends him towards his team. The last breath happens. The knockup happens. He gets stunned up and pulled into the gravity well, and then he gets stunned again and finished off there. So that is one where Piglet gets to hit like 3 buttons. One of them is R and one of them is flash.
What a great fight. I love seeing that happen. The bunch up, the all-in, and Golden Guardians was right there with each other in that camaraderie for the fight. Now, Damonte able to push mid. We saw Lira kind of lackadaisically walking around mid last time, dodging the Qs of Contractz. Clutch Gaming know they're in the lead. They're kind of flexing their muscles a little bit.
And
Could be a big fight from the left side, too.
I haven't thought about this in a while, but I remember thinking this previously, that fights get really tough with no marks.
Oh no, Vulcan misses the pulverize, but they still want the fight. He is just being a meat wall on the front here. If they can get the damage by him, this is gonna be great. Coming in for Golden Guardians. Olleh's almost dropping, goes in for the last bit of damage that he can provide. And he goes down finally. 2 members down for Golden Guardians as they've only lost Vulcan on Clutch's side.
It's the jungler though. That's the big thing, is that Contractz dropped. There's 34 seconds on him, so they're going to be able to start this up and see if they can get something here. Hauntzer has teleport, so he's going to threaten the bottom turret, but I don't feel like they can actually check this now. There is a blue trinket available for Deftly, but it feels like they're just going to give over another Baron here.
Mountain Drake could prove useful a little later once they reach these structures. That's going to be chopped up by Deftly here on the bot side with a little help from Hauntzer. Resetting Clutch Gaming will come out as we check this replay.
Yeah, they use the gravity well at the top side, but Froggen doesn't have it for this choke point. It's a great opportunity. Flashes, Banshee's Veil gets popped, he gets stunned up, and then he has to run away. He doesn't have the gravity well still. They're gonna have to fight. Damonte finally comes down, and Damonte, gets that damage to finish him off, and that was really nice from Clutch Gaming on the back end of it. It was a good time to initiate too, because if you chase down that Viktor and he just puts the gravity well in that choke point right there with the right where Vulcan is, then everybody would just run away. But because he used it on Damonte, they're able to just rush straight at them.
Clutch Gaming very close to stopping the bleeding of a 6-game loss streak here. They have Golden Guardians with the backs against the rope. Huni with the nice dodges inside the base just to get back and forth and get those snakes out to take down the turret. 30 minutes on the clock. Clutch Gaming is inside Golden Guardians' base right now, and that inhibitor does not look like it will stand very long.
Yep, gonna get blown up there, and they have to go escort some other waves. So back up for Clutch Gaming, reset, look for something to push in on that top side. Huni is maybe gonna hold mid, maybe go bottom. All right, he's gonna wiggle his way towards bottom.
This fight's getting pretty explosive. That Rabadon gets finished for Hauntzer. He has a stopwatch to stay in the fight. It could really tip the tides of the way this is going for Clutch, but it almost has to be perfect.
Yeah, this game has been really interesting in that it has to be perfect in terms of execution. You can't get stunned up before you get in.
Right.
Some of these mages are squishy, some of them are actually a little bit more durable. And we're looking at something now where I was looking for Void Staves. It's just Damonte who has one right now. And he's got a 900 gold bounty on his head too. But he still has that stopwatch. He's still ready to go.
That's true.
Killing that Vladimir is going to be so hard.
1,900 gold altogether in bounties for the Golden Guardians to pick up. I'll take Clutch's lunch money on that one. 12-5. And it's an 8,000 gold lead as Clutch Gaming is knocking on the door. And this is great to see from Clutch as well. Once they get the lead, the thing they haven't seen in many, many games, they're still using it. It's a place they've been before. The team knows what to do with it. And that's exactly what the team and fans need to see as well once they get to this point. Golden Guardians now getting a little practice in defense here. And we've seen it back and forth today. Teams can get that scaling. Froggen wanted to do it Deftly as well to get quite stronger here. He's got 2 item spots, but top inhibitor's going down.
Here comes Huni's TP, 4 items completed, the death cap, the 1,000 gold bounty to boot.
Oof. Quickly onto the inhibitor, not looking good, Zyrene. What is Golden Guardian's first move? What's a target? What can they look for if there is an opportunity?
Oh man, I feel
Give
like
me
that's
something. Give me something.
That's such a hard question right now because
You're on the chopping block.
You have to look for the mistake at this point, and that's, in all honesty, you're looking for that. I feel like there isn't really a way to navigate this. You have to kind of hold on as long as possible, hope that Olleh gets some levels later so that he can upgrade some items and you can make up some of this gold deficit, but it's so far away.
I completely agree with that too, because from Clutch's angle, they can partially lose a fight and still be able to take another decent fight.
Yeah.
They have that buffer right now, so agreed.
Yeah, they have the Warmogs on Lira, they have Damonte now with the Zhonya's Hourglass, and there's a Sterix plus a Guardian Angel on Piglet. So these fights are going to be very long, but Clutch Gaming have way more durability than Golden Guardians do. And I would say they have more damage. 3 late game scaling champions that everybody's like, oh man, I hate playing against that. I hate playing against a fed Cassiopeia, a Vladimir, an Irelia. All 3 of these champions have the capability of destroying a fight by themselves, let alone all 3 of them together.
Hard to keep track of each and every one. Piglet blade surging around, Damonte pooling himself under your feet. Huni staying on the back, just chucking in the poison.
That's pure chaos.
It's very hard to be in a spot where you're not losing. The Banshees fail. You've tried to provide for yourself here. Hauntzer doing a hell of a job on that with a fancy feat. Gives himself the safety behind the base gate, and he's actually done quite a great job at poking out a lot of Clutch Gaming's health. All of it matters now in these final fights, as Clutch Gaming looks to end the losing streak with some final touches. If it's now or never. Vulcan goes in for the headbutt. They're going to be able to quickly take down Contractz. No jungler for the remainder of this fight. Turret's going to follow quickly, and that is the 3rd inhibitor turret down, with the inhibitor itself falling after. Clutch Gaming being thorough on this one as they turn Golden Guardian's base into shambles. The Ornn Horn comes out. Hauntzer's in. The last chance effort here from Golden Guardians is definitely flashes for the fountain. Froggen's trying to stay on the backside. He's healthy, but can he deliver enough? You can see the Chaos Storm only slightly drizzling onto Lira as the parade of Clutch Gaming still storms down the base of Golden Guardians. Clutch hot on the win, and they're looking to take it right now. 13-5, 35 minutes in. A last breath coming from Deftly. He's into Damonte now with the pool. Deftly's gonna be chased with that belt, but no damage to come through. Deftly's in, Deftly's out, gets stunned up, and that's gonna be the kill. Help from Lira. Damonte finalizes that one, securing the kill score. And Olleh in there for the last one. They're playing with their food as the Nexus is wide open. Clutch Gaming is loving the fact that the win streak has been broken, and they take victory over Golden Guardians.
Kobe's stock market, just like his gym routine. He's after them gains right now. Clutch Gaming get that first win after losing 6 in a row. And they do it in a style that we haven't really seen just yet in the LCS so far, where they just say, all right, 3 hyper carries, 3 champions that are backed up by 2 really great tanks. And so these team fights are just clutches from start to finish after that first one where Huni had such a great ultimate.
Even I was excited. I said win streak instead of loss streak. Like, man, this game for them was just something different. And I think it's something we needed to see, and other teams as well are happy to see, because this boosts everybody else. When teams start playing better, everybody gets better, and I'm sure the fans are happy to see this. And Clutch Gaming is elated to start finding that victory, those victories.
When teams start playing better, like you said, the standings get more and more confusing. 100 Thieves at 3 and 6, Optic 3 and 6, and then you also have Golden Guardians and Clutch at 3 and 6.
We saw Vulcan's parents there as he says hi. Team surprised him today. So playing as well as he did early game, he had 100% kill participation and kills that were happening around the map during laning phase, when your Alistar should be staying down there. But the Vladimir allowed him to, or I'm sorry, the Irelia allowed him to roam a little bit. And man, did Vulcan and Piglet and the rest of Clutch Gaming come out to play today.
Well, just those early kills on the bottom side where they went for a 2v2 kill, then it was the flash follow onto Deftly. Like that game, if you're just looking at that bottom lane, that's one where you go, oh man, I guess we're going next on this one, because the Irelia is fed. You have that happen in the game, and there isn't even a Cassio or Vlad in it, and that one is one that I wouldn't want to be on the Rift against that team.
Well, Clutch being exactly that to start off week 5 and to give us more on that victory, let's hand it off to the State Farm analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Riv. Later on, Olleh will be sitting down with Huni and Piglet to hear more about their victory, moving to 6 and 3 on the split. But gentlemen, we are going to talk Champ Select, because I need you to help me understand how we ended up with these 10 champions on the map at the same time.
Well, you kind of heard Golden Guardians coach Anero talk about it. At the end of the day, it's a team fight comp.
Right, yes, okay, a team fight comp, understood. But within the draft itself, even considering team fight composition, there was still some kind of peculiar choices, right? You would typically be like, hey, there should be some really, tanky frontline engagers, and they seem to be missing that in some ways here on the side of Golden Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, you would often see more frontline in a team fight team comp, but it just raises the barrier of execution for that team fight team comp to team fight.
Yes, okay. But on top of all of that, there were even some peculiar rune choices, right? We had a Yasuo taking double MR runes up against an Irelia in the bot lane. You've already seen that locked in and traded at the 20-second mark. Is that just greedy choices out of Deftly?
I mean, you have to remember that the laning phase is not really part of the team fighting.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, it's a team fight comp.
It is a team fight comp. So, okay, fine. You choose runes that are more, impactful when you get to that team fight phase.
Double AP in the other solo lanes, so when you get to the team fight, you have better resists.
Yeah, understood. But you then, I would assume, have to play safe enough in the early game, not get abused and allow such a lead to go over to the side of Clutch Gaming.
Right, I mean, I think Piglet and Vulcan did a great job in the bot lane kind of abusing the fact that they're not in the team fight phase yet. So you're going to see a big mistake by Olleh trying to pick a fight, not in the team fight, and they're able to go in and punish him. And this is just a big problem when you have the snowball effect of not having the right runes.
Yeah, I mean, they have this short-range, weak 2v2 matchup here. It's Yasuo, and it is Olleh playing the Ornn up against Alistar and Irelia, who are getting ahead, who have those armor rune choices for the 2v2. But at the end of the day, Golden Guardians wasn't too concerned about this because they're playing a teamfight comp.
All right, so they're playing a team fight comp. They do go down in the early game, but we're not worried because we're not in the team fight phase just yet, is what you're telling me.
Right, and it was a really scrappy game, and so even though this looks really bad for the side of Golden Guardians, they did pick up a couple return kills, and I think by the time they got into the teamfight phase, they only ended up like 1,000 or 2 gold down. You know, a lot of dragons are coming, so they were in an okay position from there.
All right, cool. I'm just really trying to wrap my head around all of this. So let's just push ourselves into that team fight phase then. I'm ready to see this Golden Guardians composition shine at what they were built to do.
Yep, but unfortunately, Huni is going to be able to one-up them. Hits the flash ult onto Hauntzer. Hauntzer not able to use the teamfight ultimate for the teamfight team during the teamfight in their teamfight comp.
But you could see how it was supposed to work, where they had the Yasuo ult following up off the Ornn ult, and if you layer that with the Kennen ult, that teamfight wombo combo would be enough to secure that dragon.
All right, so you have a team fight comp that isn't able to execute in the team fight phase. Now things are starting to look dire. What are my team fight comp's options at this point?
I would say teamfight.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what they got to do. And you do see they do get close. They had that pick off in the mid lane where they were able to secure that kill. And then here was really close. They're going for that engage again. But there's just a couple too many threats on the enemy team. You have so many carries on the enemy team. It's really hard to team fight and kill all of them.
Well, here's a consideration then, because both teams, in a sense, they're working without a ranged AD carry, right?
So when we talk about fighters, how can you team fight?
we talk about these team fight comps where you don't have a ranged AD carry. I think closing the game is something that all of a sudden feels more difficult to do. So, you know, how do you kind of attack that problem as...
I mean, I think you're really just not getting it. I feel like we've been pretty clear. You're supposed to team fight.
I can't handle it with you guys.
I'm sorry, dude. I held together for like what?
You held it together so well. And then you lost it at the end.
You can't siege, you can't split, James. You got to team fight around objectives.
Yes, you do.
Crying.
Credit where credit's due. Clutch Gaming.
They
did play really well.
Exactly that,
They
played very well.
I mean, because we joke around the team fight comp failing rather
love the narrow
for the side of Golden Guardians, but for the side of Clutch Gaming, when you got that early bot lane advantage for an Irelia, we actually saw her then ability and freedom to kind of navigate those team fights.
Yeah, I mean, Clutch I think, got an early lead in the laning. They came out better, in all seriousness, with all the flex picks that were going around. Both teams, I think, were trying to get advantageous matchups. Clutch, I think, did better with that in the 2v2. They slammed the 2v2 bot. They out-team fight the team fight comp. And there you go, lo and behold.
Yeah.
It was a total mind game of a draft, but with double team fight comps across the board, the better team fighting team came out on top. For more on that victory, let's send it over to Avli for an interview with Huni and Piglet.
Thanks, Dash. I'm here with Huni and Piglet. Guys, congratulations on the game. Huni, you're going to be our semi-translator for this interview here with Piglet. But guys, first win since week 1. Huni, how's the team feeling after the win?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we won the game, like, I actually screamed it. I was like too happy for it because like I was like too tired to lose, and hopefully I was like waiting for the like bounce back that make us that actually can like be winning streak again, like week 1. Like that was a point that like really happy that I was really satisfied for my team.
And Piglet, how about you? Because you and your Irelia in the bot lane along with Vulcan just destroyed Golden Guardians. So how is that game for you?
I mean, just so easy for me when I play like mid champion. So yeah, and then we just always like practicing like Irelia bot. So yeah, nice.
Well, Piglet, kind of asking you a little bit about your time on Clutch Gaming, since I think this is the first time that we've spoken this split. You are now on a team with 2 other Korean-speaking players. You have Vulcan supporting you in the bot. What do you think about this team and your teammates?
I mean, our team is good, but sometimes just like getting bad, I think. Yeah, but if we just don't troll, then yeah, our team is maybe good. Nice. Thank you, guys.
Can you elaborate maybe a little bit more? And we do have Huni if you would like to explain in Korean.
Okay. 그냥 트롤만 안 하면 그냥 잘하는 팀.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's like our team is like really good, like basement of our player skills or like everything is like good, but it's like sometimes we get like really overcommitted or like overconfidence on it. That point is like that makes us like really messed up, losing focus, like being troll, like that makes us like losing being games. So it's like if as long as we focus until like we finish the game and make sure we get the victory, then it's like we're gonna be like pretty beast.
And I want to ask you a little bit about your team in just a second. But I mean, even before when we sat down on the couch and you guys were just talking, it seems like you guys have a great relationship together on the team. So Huni, what's it like playing with Piglet and having him kind of join the main team with you?
I mean, yeah, he's like one of the like best right now. Is like Irelia or like those stops. Like he was playing, even though he was like, when he wasn't playing like practice, like he was like really playing well. Even today, and everyone saw like he played really well too. So like. And also, like I like his personality that like what like he talk when he doesn't like it. Like that's really important. That like when he's like do review, like there's some people's like or some players that like really be not like outgoing. It's like that makes us like even though there's like something we can feedback or like review ourselves, like that makes us like not getting better because like we don't say. But Piglet is one of the like really good at talking about like what we did. Like bad things since he also played in LCK a lot and he's been playing like so long time that makes him like really better player or like better logic. So he's pretty smart too. So that's like really good things that having teammates.
It's great to have smart teammates.
Thank you, Huni.
Well, Piglet, I'll ask this question to you. We've just now completed the first half of the spring split, and you guys have a lot of catching up to do to make it into playoffs. So with this climb ahead of you, how are you going to tackle it?
I mean, if they don't ban Irelia, yeah, I think we can.
Don't ban Irelia.
Or I mean, I can play Yasuo too, even like Vladimir bot. So we just keep placing. So, thank you guys.
Yeah, I think it's like basically our team is like really good at like that means like flexing like as we seen this draft last game, like we nearly had like triple flex. Like we also they had like triple flex. Like we didn't even know until the like pick and ban like dawn like until 20 seconds. It's like we didn't even expect it what they're gonna do. Like cause like there was like nearly 5 champions that can be flexed. So it was like really hard to assume in it. And there was also like our strength that we have like this flex pick, like this amount of flex, and we're still like good to go. Like any champion single we played it.
To be fair, I don't think anyone really predicted the draft of last game, but Piglet, Huni, thank you guys so much and congratulations again on the win. And on the other side, FlyQuest and Cloud9 are going to face off in a battle for second, so don't touch that browser.
You have Emma?
Armor. It doesn't really, I mean, it does matter.
Yeah.
As long as we're on the same one, it doesn't matter.
But it does matter.
But it does
No,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
But it does, matter.
Good fight on the bot side. Not looking too good here for Olleh. He goes down immediately.
Go Yasuo, go Yasuo. No flash. Are you guys good? Yeah, we kill.
Don't fight for long, no, don't fight for long.
I have TP.
Keep going.
This guy. No flash.
Victor's in river.
I have TP. I was on She's fine.
Gonna be seen here. The team will start to pull back. A nice stun onto Hauntzer. He's gonna die before he can even get the Kennen ultimate off. But Deftly's in the middle. He starts slicing and dicing, goes down. Huni's double kill. Deftly's out, gets stunned up, and that's gonna be the kill. Help from Lira. Damonte finalizes that one, securing the kill score. And Olleh in there for the last one. They're playing with their food.
Welcome back to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. In Golden Guardian's battle against Counterlogic Gaming, Contractz turned a tricky fight in the top lane into a winning situation, thanks to some smooth shields and quick thinking. Heading up to help Hauntzer with a gank, Contractz kept his cool when unexpected reinforcements turned up, keeping Hauntzer healthy with shields and putting his top laner in position to win the fight.
Taking a little too much damage. Contractz